Welcome back to BC in Touch. Joining us now is Marquise Terry, one of Ryan Mack's students of AAB. So Marquise, tell us about yourself. At what age did you become involved in AAB?
I started working with AAB when I was about 17. Ryan came in our high school, and he had introduced it as, you know, giving us money, and that's what the idea that I came with, because initially I wanted to do engineering. But when we got there, it was like, you know, I'm going to give you something better than money. I'm going to give you the knowledge on how to manage that money, what to do when you get that money, so that you'll have your money working for you instead of working for that money. So just with those basic principles and with that idea, you know, I've been able to do so much as far as, you know, going to different communities and actually teaching these principles and owning the information, and it's been a wonderful experience.
Awesome. And how have you grown financially since your start with AAB?
I've been able to, you know, look at my finances and prioritize a lot better. It's allowed me to grow. Basically, like, I do a lot of things differently that I would have done. Like, you know, I watch the news. I never did that when I was in high school. You know, I know stocks and bonds and different things like that. And actually, I look at the news and how it's relevant to my day-to-day life. You know, a lot of people see articles about the war and what's going on over there, and they don't really look at it from an objective perspective, whereas you would look at something where a pipeline is blown up in Iraq, and they won't think, wow, that's going to affect us over here, because that's going to shoot up the price of oil, because there are two major pipelines, and way back when, you know, one pipeline was bombed, and now we only have one pipeline out there. So that's important, you know, just looking at things different. It gave me a whole nother mindset. I think that was important.
Very insightful. And would you say you have a better advantage in comparison to some of your peers in school?
I would say so, but the reason is, you know, like, everyone has an advantage when you learn something. When you take on the information or take on the challenge to learn something, and actually what Ryan did was having us learn it and teach it. I think that was an even bigger challenge, you know, that allowed us to own the information. And of course, it's going to give us somewhat of an advantage. You know, anyone learns something is going to give them an advantage. But I think that right there does, you know, set me apart, or help me, you know, set myself aside from the rest of what they call my competition out there.
That is wonderful. So you can be honest. How is it working with Ryan? Does he hound you about where your expenses go?
Nah, not really. He's pretty decent, you know. I think, honestly, overall, like, as far as the experience, it's just fun, like, just working with him, you know, like, it's fun to give back to my community and help others, and just, he's a big clown, so it's always enjoyable, always a pleasure to work with Ryan.
And Ryan, throughout your career, what has been the most fulfilling experience?
Well, I guess really just watching them teach, if anything else, you know. Anytime, you know, you help to impart knowledge upon somebody, and then actually see them go out and actually impart knowledge on somebody else, it's like you started a chain that hopefully continues to go forward even after that. You know, it says train up a child in the way he should go, should never depart from it. Not to say that they're children, they're adults, but it really does mean something to me to impart knowledge upon somebody, for them to say, okay, now I'm going to help empower my community as a whole, because that's really what it's all about, paying it forward. And your knowledge is really never for yourself. Your knowledge is supposed to be for somebody else, to help the community around you become better and stronger. And as long as they continue to do that, then hopefully I've done my job, and then the next person behind them, they've done their job, and we can start a chain of empowerment.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. And before you go, Ryan, please let our audience know where they can gain more access or information to joining AAB, or even seeking out your services. Yeah,
well, you can always give us a call at 718-623-3423. That's 718-623-3423, or check out our website at www.optimumcapitalmanagement.com.
Thank you, Ryan, for joining us. That concludes our show of BC in Touch. Join us next time. Hope to see you soon.